Hello and welcome to Healing Inspiration. I am Ramona and today's reading is What is the Gossip About You Among Your Colleagues and Peers? I am using the Rebel deck today for 2 cards in each pile, so if that is too harsh for you, then maybe this is not a good reading to watch. Otherwise, it's just meant to be sarcastic and kind of funny, but I will introduce the piles, the description, or the links will be in the description box. If you would like a private reading, you can contact me at divineinspiration77333@yahoo.com, and that email address is also in the description box. And if you would like to donate to my channel, you can donate using Cash App or PayPal. A gift of any amount would be appreciated to help me keep delivering content. So I'm going to just introduce the piles and get into your readings. Pile number 1 is don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone. Pile number 2 is have you eaten? You are acting like a big ass baby. And pile 3 is whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. So go ahead and choose your pile or piles and we'll get into your reading. Hi pile 1, this is your reading if you chose don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone. And this reading is what is the gossip about you among your colleagues and peers? So whether school or work, you know, those people on your similar level, not like bosses or anything like that. So this says, don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone. You need some effing alone time, and you know why. Next is, you look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact, clean yourself up. Next we have, from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, Queen of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. From the Muse Tarot, we have the Moon. And the Fool. From the Psychic Tarot, we have card number 5, Conflict and Defeat. And then we have card number 3, Partnerships and Alliances. Next we have card number 44, Rhea Flow. Then we have card number 24, Ishtar Communion. And then we have Femme Fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And finally we have Companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Shadow attributes, betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. All right, so with this, these two, don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone. You need some effing alone time, and you know why. And also, you look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact, clean yourself up. So what I feel with these 2 cards is that people really do feel like you need time to yourself, time alone. Like you've been putting yourself out there too much for other people. That you've been, because you have Companion, Partnerships and Alliances, and you also have this Moon card in Communion. And I'm just feeling very deep emotions and caring for other people. You may have recently gone through some challenges with people where there's been conflict and it's just very taxing on you. And I'm feeling that people are talking about how you just seem very stressed out. They feel like you need time to yourself to refresh, to renew. You probably are putting more effort into other people, more effort into your work, and you're not taking care of you. So they do feel like you need time to be with yourself. And that is kind of the gossip here, that you do extend yourself a lot to other people. Probably you're a person that if someone needs something, they come to you. If they need emotional support, they come to you. If they need money, they come to you. They need a helping hand, they come to you. And those that, genuinely care about you, of your colleagues and peers, I mean, they think you're a really hard worker, but you need balance in your life and you need to care for yourself. Because this Queen of Pentacles, I think you are very highly respected. They feel like you take care of your home, your family, your other people, your work, that you're very skilled, very competent, very solid and stable, reliable and secure. But you neglect you. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So I think people also talk about how creative you are. They probably talk about how sexually attractive you are as well, because with the Ace of Wands, obviously it's a phallic symbol here. And the femme fatale. So you really have this, many of you probably have dark hair, because all these feminines here, they have dark hair, except for this one. Like this very beautiful dark hair, I'm saying. Maybe some hazel eyes, or there's like a golden hue, like a light eye, even if like brown or hazel or blue, but it's a light, on the light side of that color for most of you. And I think people do really appreciate your eyes and your back. They talk about you have a nice back, things like that. And I do think they talk about how people are attracted to you. Like you have that like sensual, sexual energy towards you. You also have a mysterious quality about you. So I think there are things that you do hold back, even though it does seem like you're this helpful person and people love to commune with you and be around you. I have 444 here, and I think they talk about that. How you draw people in, just your, not even that you're necessarily trying to have that, sexual, sensual energy, you just do. I'm feeling, so we have Cancer, Pisces, and we have Earth signs here. I'm feeling that very earthy, sensual type of vibe to you, that groundedness. And with the Fool card, I think that people are talking about how you need to take a risk. How you need to take a risk on yourself, I'm hearing. Take a risk on yourself and take a risk on what you want to do. I feel like there is a creative idea or something inspiring that you've inspired others with. And I feel like they want you to follow that inspiration and take that leap of faith. And I think people talk about, you may have fear of falling or being defeated or failure, but you're not going to fall. You do have people there for you who will catch you if you fall. So I do think you have supportive people in your life that are there for you, in your colleagues and peer groups. You do have their support. They enjoy being around you. They feel like you do go with the flow. because that is kind of connected with the moon energy, this very watery energy here, that you go with the flow. And people, I think, enjoy eating with you, communing with you, getting together, sitting down and talking, having a chat. I think they talk about that. And I do feel like you inspire them. You inspire them. You make them feel good about themselves, I'm hearing. And I see this candle here too, with this spark of passion. So there's this level of passion that they feel within you. And they just feel like you need to recharge your batteries, fill up your cup, just, you know, not give out everything you have to everyone else, but to give to yourself. Because actually, I think they do think you're a very beautiful person. You know how when someone says, oh, it looks like you're sick, and you're thinking, oh, they're saying I look like crap. But usually it's out of concern to say, you know, and really you're stressed or you're sick and you need time for you. You need time to care for yourself. And I do think people are saying that. Yet you have this very, they're not saying you're unattractive, they're saying you have, you know, this very sensual, sexual, seductive energy to you. And people are very attracted to you. And I think people are attracted to you of both sexes. And, you know, whether it's platonically or sexually, just people really like your energy. I think you, see, I want to say people person, but I'm feeling not exactly people person. You love people, you care for people, but, and they are drawn to your energy. Because you're so caring. You're like this Queen of Pentacles, very caring, very earthy, very nurturing, a very lovely person, and very committed, because I'm seeing like a wedding ring. I'm seeing a ring. Now, it could be a wedding ring, but to me, it's talking about being committed. So people, your colleagues, your peers feel like you are very committed. When you commit, you really commit, and you give your all. And they want you to give yourself your all. And like heal yourself, invest in you as much as you invest in other people. And in your work, invest in you. And that is what I have for you, Pile 1. I hope that inspired and encouraged you and gave you some insight. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if this resonated with you, please put a moon in the comments. And if you would like a personal and private reading, you can contact me at divineinspiration77333@yahoo.com. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day or evening wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Hi Pile 2, this is your reading. If you chose Have You Eaten? You Are Acting Like a Big Ass Baby. And this reading is, what is the gossip about you among your colleagues and peers? So this is at work or school. And I'll introduce the cards and get into your reading. So, have you eaten? You are acting like a big ass baby. You need food in your belly. Eat a fucking taco. You may really like tacos. I know that's like most people nowadays. Stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up. You are missing some cool shit. From the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, we have the Three of Cups. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. From the Muse Tarot, we have the Seven of Emotions. And the Wheel of Fortune. Then we have the card number 7, stand your ground. And then we have card number 5, throat chakra. Next, this is the only time I've ever seen this card. Wow, I've never seen this before. Card number 40, Nick's Secrets. Ooh, you got some secrets. I don't see this card usually either. I think I may have seen it one other time. Card number 2, Aphrodite, Romantic Love. These are such beautiful cards. I love them. And from the archetype deck, we have Virgin, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. And next we have Saboteur, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. All right, so with your cards, what is the gossip about you among your colleagues and peers? There's a couple of things here. Have you eaten? You're acting like a big ass baby. Now with that, the first thing that comes to mind is you probably get hangry and people just want to feed you and like, okay, freaking eat. Did you eat? They can tell if you're starting to have an attitude that you need to eat some food. First of all. Also, if you are a person who tends to restrict yourself and diet and things like that, they feel like you do get kind of, touchy and irritable and things like that when you don't eat. So, or you're not eating the foods you really want to eat that are satisfying you. So they're saying have a fucking taco, okay? So they're like, just freaking eat. And with the stop sleeping so much, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, it's coming under there, which speaks to me of different cycles. I think you do probably go through cycles of not sleeping enough and then sleeping too much. And part of what I'm seeing here with the 3 of Cups, you might maybe you do go out, you party too hard sometimes, and then you sleep all the next day or something like that. People may talk about that. Otherwise, maybe you're someone who just really stays up late and kind of burns the midnight oil and stuff like that. So your sleep schedule is off. So I do feel people are talking about, it's interesting. This is kind of a self-care one. At number 1, that's a similarity, but not exactly. So I think people also talk about they feel like you're a good time. They have fun around you. You're the life of the party. They enjoy your presence. You just add positivity and goodness to the community, to your colleagues, to your workplace, to your place of education, that you just add some fun and lightness and enjoyment. And I think they really like that about you. I feel that people talk about, they think you are a dreamer, you're a lot up in your head, you're like a romantic type of person. You just have all of these dreams and all of these hopes and wishes, and that you're a dreamer. I'm kind of getting Page of Cups energy here. So it could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's a very loving, sweet, romantic, dreamy energy about you that people talk about. At the same time, they feel like you're on, I want to say, on top of the world. This chick is sitting on top of this thing. It's not a world, and he's standing there. He's raising his wand, and they all are raising their cups. So I feel like you've had a victory And people are talking about how you're like on top of the world. Whether or not you feel that way, I think other people are saying that, because we also have like a hot air balloon here. And, you're coming, people are talking that you're coming to the top of your game. Maybe your fortune has changed. And I do feel, some of you could be models. I'm very much getting that model energy, or they talk about how, you look like you could be a model, and that you just radiate the it quality. You have that it factor. And I'm seeing some really thick, curly hair, like a thick nose, thick lips type of person for a lot of you. And they talk about that. They really talk about you being thick, slim thick, looking good. In that sense, I feel like people want to put their fingers in your hair and just like hold on to your hair. I know this is interesting, your colleagues and your some of you may actually work in a hair salon or something like that, so you actually do physically work with hair, or some kind of acting or taking the stage, or maybe studying that way. But at the same time, I feel people talk about how you are stable and balanced, and you move step by step, and you are on the long game. You're on the long game, you're holding your ground. I think people enjoy your communication style. They enjoy that you are also, I feel like you talk a lot when you really know people. So those people, but I think in general, your colleagues and your peers feel like you're a very good communicator, whether in writing or spoken communication. And I think they do gossip about you having secrets, and I think the secrets are more particularly involving, I think they imagine things about you, because 7 emotions could be about fantasies. And they imagine you have like secrets, particularly in regard to your love life. And I think they feel like you have skeletons in your closet, but more about your love life. Like they do feel like you're a romantic, and I feel Venus energy here as well. So what is that? Taurus, Libra. Yet there's a purity they sense about you. There's like this purity, this vitality, this youthfulness, an innocence they feel about you. And I think people, because we have this like empowered card here, and you have 7/7, if I didn't mention that before. But you have that empowerment card, and then you have saboteur. So maybe in the past, people will talk about how you have sabotaged yourself, and you have sabotaged your own best efforts. And I feel that has to do with, or maybe others have sabotaged you actually, or someone in the workplace or one of your peers has worked to sabotage you, because I guess I'm not feeling self-sabotage here as much as someone else trying to sabotage your work. Maybe trying to take credit for your work or something like that. And that's something that people have talked about. But there's an awareness of this among your colleagues and peers. Some people do feel you're lucky. They feel you're lucky and you have a lot of blessings. That you are just naturally beautiful, naturally lucky, naturally prosperous. Just you like have all these positive attributes that you're just lucky to have. which makes you head, above the rest. It's like you are kind of on a pedestal from several people, and I do feel like you are celebrated. And people do feel like you have the secrets, but nothing bad. But I think you may have kind of keep your personal business to yourself. Like you don't spread all of your personal business, you don't spread your love life, you don't spread about to just anybody. And I do think they wonder about it, and they make things up in their minds and talk about that. Well, he or she is doing this or that, kind of thing. Nothing too bad or anything. You may use sparkles, wear sparkles, or sparkly things, little hearts. I feel a feminine energy, so you may do create like you have a feminine energy to you, and wear feminine clothing, or there's something about you just very feminine, soft, receptive. And that's not to say you're not strong, because you do have this armor here too, and this 7 of Wands, so you are someone who stands your ground. But this very soft energy with this Virgin, maintaining purity of heart and spirit. Maybe you do have difficulty getting close to people, and they talk about that, because with the 7 of Wands, it's kind of being on your guard a bit. And I'm like noticing his armor, and then she has her arms crossed across her chest, so that's someone that is a bit guarded. So I think people may talk about that, and they realize that you're guarded. You keep your personal business to yourself. And that is about it. That's about all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that resonated, gave you some inspiration, clarity, and insight. And if you would like a private reading from me, you could email me at divineinspiration77333@yahoo.com. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day or evening wherever you are in the world. And I appreciate you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you. Hi, pile 3. This is your reading. If you chose whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. And this reading is, what is the gossip about you among your colleagues and peers? So that's at work or school. And we'll introduce the cards and get into your reading. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the effing time. Next we have, get over yourself, pull your shit together. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. From the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Next we have the Queen of Swords. From the Muse Tarot, we have Death. And we have Awakening, which would be Judgment. So some pretty big energies here. Then we have card number 16, Disruption. And I believe that's kind of like the Tower. You have really big energies here. Next we have card number 1, Triumphant Success. This is a Psychic Tarot, if I didn't mention that. From the Goddess Power deck, we have card number 20, Hecate, the In-Between. And then we have Mott, Truth, card number 31. Some of you might be 31 years old, because we have 13 and 31, or the 31st or the 13th is specific. I think Halloween might be significant for you. Okay, for some reason, while I was filming, it just stopped filming. And I got into your reading, but I'll just talk about the last 2 cards here and lay them out and get back into this reading. From the archetype deck, you have Hermit, seeks solitude, focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Shadow attributes, withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. And next we have Thief, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Shadow attributes, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. So, what I started saying is we have like huge energy here for you, okay? We have death, and this is huge and powerful energy. So I think people get a very powerful vibe from you. And they talk about that. They feel like with you, there's no nonsense, no bullshit, no, it's like you cross your T's, dot your I's, you pay attention to the details, the big picture. It feels like you've gone through hell and back. And I think that's something they talk about. You've gone through hell and back. You've possibly been stolen from, cheated on, treated like crap. Things have fallen apart or seemingly like they have just crashed and burned in your life at different points, because it says get over yourself, pull your shit together. And I think people see that you have pulled your shit together over and over and over, and this makes you the freaking bomb. You are the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Like, you have these different energies. We have the in-between. You have this, you're always in this place of, the tower moment and then rebuilding, and the tower moment and rebuilding. But it's because you keep on rising to higher and higher levels, and you are meant for great things and great responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. And you have this large and in charge purpose. You have very spiritual energy here. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. And whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the time. I think with your journey here, you are meant to help humanity in some way, shape, or form, because this is a huge spiritual pile, and I think people sense that about you. And I think there are things you do. There's things that you do that other people don't understand, and they want to say, oh, why is he or she doing that? Why are they doing that? They shouldn't do that. They're afraid, and it's their own fears. So I think who you need to listen to is you, because you are the shit. I think you're extremely connected to spirit. We have the Hermit. You're connected to your inner self, your higher self. You're connected to the divine. I also feel you know the truth, and the truth will make you free. You speak the truth, and you have a voice. You have a voice to speak, and you're going to be leading with that voice, and people talk about that and they know it. There may be some people who try to steal your glory. They try to steal from you. They may have cheated on you, stabbed you in the freaking back, but that has made you stronger. And you are not going to have to be in that position forever, okay? You are going to rise up where you have levels of, peace in your life, but where you're going to be in a place that you're going to be, and you may already be, but you're going to be in a place of joy and light and love, but no nonsense bullshit. You're going to sit on your throne and not have to continuously worry about these tower moments anymore, because you're reaching a level of enlightenment that it's like you are a go-between between the other side and this side of humanity. You know the truth and you speak the truth. You are an awakened being, awakening death. It's like you've had many deaths with this tower moment and many rebirths, and you've raised higher. And I think people see that about you, of how many things, and I think you scare people. I think the difficulties that you've gone through other people couldn't handle. And I think they say that. It's like, how did this person go through all that? And look where they are. It's amazing. It's freaking amazing. And I think you do amaze people with how far you have come and how much you've gone through. They feel like not many people could have done what you have done and what you've made it through. And they see you in that queen energy on your craft, glowing up. And I feel like a lot of your glow up is internal. And I feel this need for peace, for joy for you, for that lifting of your head. I feel like if you're downcast, you're going to be lifted up. If you're in the dark, you're going to receive the truth. You're going to get a release from your burdens, a release. Because you do have a purpose for humanity. And that is why you've gone through these things. And people see that. Even if they can't describe it, I think they believe you are a truth teller, that you're a leader, that you know things that others don't know. I think people are in awe of you and how much you've been able to accomplish, how much you've gone through, how much you're able to handle, how you've handled, bad things, unfair, unjust things happening to you. And that I think they talk about how you don't stay in that shit. You don't stay in that shit. You just go about your business. You do what you feel is right. You get up, you pull yourself together, and you move on. And I feel like you're going to be very rewarded for that. And I'm hearing a time of reckoning is coming. Whatever you've put out there and the good karma you've built is coming back to you. And you're going to be released from any heaviness, because this is very powerful energy, and I think people feel that from you. So that definitely there's props from your colleagues and your peers. There is definite props. And I really feel like they can't really touch you. So there's not too much gossip outside of, they just know your worth, they know your shit, you're on your shit, and you got a mission and a purpose, and you're nothing and nobody to be played with and messed with. I think some of you have people talk about your beautiful skin tone. I think your skin tone is golden. It's just like radiates. You radiate. Like from your heart space, from your mind space, you just radiate light. She's radiating from her head and her heart. She is radiating from her head and her heart, and her heart is radiating here as well. A moths might be significant to you. So that is basically the gossip about you. Like, you're the shit, and people don't want to F with you. You. So I don't think there's much talking shit, because look here, with this moth is like covering her mouth. I think people would be careful with what they say about you, because they know they're gonna get it back. I think I already mentioned, but maybe that was when the camera was off, card number 13 and 31. So and I'm thinking Halloween is going to be significant here for you, especially with this black cat. I would say to really work, because All Hallows Eve, the veil, they say, is the thinnest. So do some manifestation or magic, some kind of energy work, because the veil is very thin. And I think your gifts will be expanded when you do that. Particularly, we have this card 13 and 31. The 31 as in 31st of October. And I think there's going to be some cool manifestations there for you. That's just a side note. Okay, so that's about all I have for you, pile 3. I hope that inspired and encouraged you. And if that resonated, if there is a black cat or a moth in the emojis, put that in the comments. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you would like a personal and private reading, you can email me at divineinspiration77333@yahoo.com. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day or evening wherever you are in the world. I so much appreciate you. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.